In the meanwhile, India has slammed the UN for its continuation of false narrative on Jammu and Kashmir state. In its first ever report on the so-called human rights violation in the region, the UN Human Rights Office has accused India of not taking enough measures to address the issue. India has launched a strong protest with the UN Rights Office over the report, saying that it was motivated by vested interests. Even as the UN levelled strong allegations against India, it ignored a crucial issue, that of cross-border terror emanating from Pakistan and Pakistan's forcible occupation of the region. The Indian External Affairs Ministry said, and I quote here, the report seems to be a contrived effort to create an artificial parity between the world's largest democracy and a country that openly practices state-sponsored terrorism, unquote. So what stopped the United Nations, an organization which has been tasked with maintaining world peace, from condemning a terrorist state? Well, that too when the report is coming months after a Pakistan-based terror group carried out the Pulwama attack, in which 40 Indian personnel were martyred. Let's come to the second aspect of this report. The UN has called for an independent probe into the human rights violation in Jammu and Kashmir. But does it have the right to do so? India has made it very clear that the UN is violating its sovereignty by interfering in its internal matter. Lastly, how much does the UN even know about Jammu and Kashmir, the state whose rights it claims to be upholding? This report not only belittles but fails to recognize the constitutional safeguard provided to the states to maintain its special status. This report also ignores the recent steps taken by the Indian government for the socio-economic development of Jammu and Kashmir. It's high time that the UN shifts its focus from Prejudiced report to the global fight against terror. Well, in other news, Iran says that it's open to diplomacy even as it breached the nuclear deal once again. The Iranian Foreign Ministry has said that it is open to talks with world powers to save the 2015 nuclear deal, but added that it has no hope in the international community.
کشورهای باقی مانده به ویژه اروپایی‌ها به تعهداتشون عمل جدی نکنند و در همین حد حرف و خلاصه گفتار درمانی به قول شما رسانه‌ها باشه، گام سوم جمهوری اسلامی ایران محکمتر و قاطعتر خواهد بود و کمی هم مبهوت کننده. اول حفظ امنیت کشتیرانی در خلیج فارس و تنگه هرمز جمهوری اسلامی ایران است. بنابراین اینجا منطقه ماست، اینجا خلیج ماست و ما بر اساس وظیفه ذاتی، قانونی و حقوقی خودمون امنیت این منطقه رو تأمین و تضمین میکنیم. بنابراین کشورهایی که کیلومترها یا هزاران کیلومتر دورتر چنین ادعایی رو بکنن که بخوان بیان امنیت منطقه ما، امنیت کشتیرانی رو تضمین بکنن و یا تأمین بکنن، حرف بسیار بسیار گزافی است.
But Tehran seems to be keeping all options on the table. The Iranian Atomic Energy Agency has said that the country might consider going to 20% enrichment. The agency also hinted at further breach of the nuclear deal. But to reach the weapons grade level, Iran will have to ramp up its enrichment to 90%.
بله گزینه 20% هست، گزینه‌های بالاتر از اون هست. اینها همش منتها هر کدوم در جای خودش. قرار نیست که مثلا امروز چون در واقع نیاز کشور یه چیزی دیگه است، ما سراغ یه چیز دیگه بریم به خاطر اینکه مثلا این یه خورده بیشتر مثلا طرف مقابل رو میترسونه.
Meanwhile, the European Union has called on Tehran to stop and reverse any action that goes against a landmark 2015 nuclear deal. Speaking at a press conference, a spokesperson for EU Foreign Policy Chief Federica Mogherini urged Iran to stop and reverse all activities that are inconsistent with the commitments made under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the 2015 Iran nuclear deal.
We have called on Iran to not to take further measures that undermine the nuclear deal, and we now strongly urge Iran to stop and reverse all activities that are inconsistent with the commitments made under the JCPOA. That also includes the production of low-enriched uranium beyond the respective JCPOA stockpile limits.